some things about, the test of wearing the Louisville jersey and the rebounding you really harped on last night. Today, you battled to a standstill with a really big team. You guys pulled away when you had to in the fourth quarter. Like, what did you like about the way your team responded after last night?
Well, I thought we fought more today. Now you've got to give Texas a ton of credit. They're playing without Rory Harmon, who's a pretty talented young lady. So, when she gets back, it's going to change some things for them. There's no question about it. Vic's got a really good team. Their poster handful. Aaliyah Moore was really, really, really good tonight. But overall, I thought there were a lot longer stretches where we played hard and got after it. And that's what we have to do. This is a Texas team that really guards, does a really, really nice job of guarding. It's a game where it's hard to run a bunch of set plays or run in continuity offense because they break everything up. So we just finally had to say, hey, we're going 4-game, which is our dribble drive. And Cece had the mismatch. She was able to get downhill and by people and started to make some really good reads. And that's one thing I've been challenging her with is she's always been a scorer. She's always scored. And now I'm trying to get her to be able to see more on the floor and not just be a scorer, but also be a point guard, be someone that can distribute the ball. And right there, I think in the fourth quarter, maybe, we ran a little set play out of the drive and she broke it down and Josie sets a great screen for Haley in the corner and she makes a perfect pass to her and Haley knocks down the shot. Because, Haley at times has to take some difficult shots and we need to do a better job of being able to get her some easy ones. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't always have to be off the bounce. It can be off the pass. But I thought Olivia battled tonight. She got out there, she got some foul trouble, but then played the last 4 or 5 minutes with 4 fouls. Mikasa's our X factor. She has been for 5 years now, but it's becoming more obvious. We're up 10 and I got to take her out of the game because she picks up a 3rd foul and then all hell breaks loose. Because she's the steady force that knows everything that's going on. She can guard her man and 3 other ones. Or I got some that are just trying to figure out who their man is. So if we can continue to grow and develop at the defensive end and rebounding, then we have a chance to be good. I was proud of this one here. The way she started the game, she actually went and rebounded. Well, I mean, am I lying?
No, you're not lying, Coach. I'm sorry.
You were just as surprised. You were as surprised as I was. Cool. No, she did. I mean, she started the game and boy, the energy she had, the emotion.
Crazy.
I was like, my God, it was great. The highlight of the night, though, was the Miss layup.
She got fouled, Coach. Yeah, I did.
Yep.
My eyeball.
It is one of those as a coach, no lie. It's like you only get a certain time, so many moments to be able to draw something up. And God, we executed it perfect. Marissa threw a little fake to O, which brought the center over, and then Marissa's pass was beautiful. Perfect. Honestly, it reminded me of the football game when the wide receiver, before they cross the goal line, drops the ball because they think they've scored. And then all of a sudden it's not a touchdown because our whole bench was up, the crowd was up, and it was like everybody just kind of sat right down.
Okay.
That's all.
Morgan, let me bail you out a little bit.
How are you going to bail out? I'd like to know this one more. Please, I can't wait to hear this one.
No, but I was going to ask you about the way you started the game, where you were active, you were attacking the rim, you were getting on the glass. It seemed like you made a real point of coming out and bringing energy to the way this team needed to play today.
Yes, sir. Yesterday's game, that's the energy that I didn't bring, and I knew it, and I knew that, going into this game, we had another opportunity to get a big win, and I knew that I had to step up and I had to, just break out of my shell and just do what the team needed. Coach spoke about it before the game, said he needed more from me, so I took it and I knew exactly what he was talking about. So I just went out and did it with the help of my teammates. They had great energy. They lifted me up, and I couldn't do it without them.
Chrislyn, coach made a real point last night of saying that, you know, he like if you had teams celebrate when they beat you like that much and you hadn't, you know, because it's a different standard at Louisville, he was saying. How much did you kind of take to heart the kind of the message from yesterday and that you guys have to respond because everybody's going to give you their best shot?
Yes, sir. Like coach is telling me, I'm not used to this. I'm not used to winning, and it's been challenging. But he challenged me every single day. And yesterday hurt. You know, seeing them celebrate in front of me, I broke down. But I knew that I had bounced back, and I knew that my teammates were going to be there to lift me up. And I knew that Coach Walz believed me, so I just had to show up, and it all started on defense.
Jeff, one other thing, there was
Yes,
one play that kind of stuck out to me in the fourth quarter. I think you guys were up 2. This was right around the start of the 10-0 run. You guys got 3 offensive rebounds to keep a possession alive.
Well, I
and
think
Chrislyn got the 3 at the end of it, but it
Yeah,
was kind of you kept
was-
fighting on it.
it was Marissa Russell came up with 2 of them herself on that play. Yeah, and I thought she was fantastic in her 12 minutes tonight. Marissa, I thought, was really, really good at both ends of the floor. She got a huge deflection on a pass that was going into the post. It was going to be a layup there in the last about 3 minutes that goes out of bounds, so then we can get set back up. She took a really good shot that was halfway down and then popped out her 1-3. But yes, she had in that series, she just willed it. And that's what she can do for us. I've told her all the time, she could do for us what Koss does. But Marissa's a better scorer. But that's how she has to play. She's got to fly around and be everywhere. And then looking at the stat sheet here, I mean, O had 4 assists and one turnover, which was outstanding. You know, she led us in assists tonight. So I'm really proud of her effort.
Hey, Jeff Lex from the CJ. I just wanted to ask you about Josie. Obviously, she got the start tonight. What did you see from her that just made you want to put her in the lineup? And then how would you say she just kind of handled a lot of those battles down low with Texas?
Well, I thought she did well. I mean, it's one of these where, you know, everybody wants to play more, and I want them to play more. But I just thought that for us, Liz has been so good for us coming off the bench. She came off the bench all last year. And I think she does so much better when she gets a chance to watch the game for a few minutes. But like for us right now, we're having to go smaller just for scoring. And I thought Josie did a really nice job. She made 2 huge free throws there in the fourth quarter, goes 1 for 2, but we got to cut down our turnovers. But overall, we're going to need all of them as we continue on through this season. Every game is going to give a different look. Tomorrow's game is going to be another game where we're going to have to really come out and play because South Dakota State's extremely well coached. Aaron's a heck of a coach. He's got kids that are gutty, fight, understand what they're trying to do. They run a really good offense. It's hard to guard. So we're going to need everybody, and you never know whose night it's going to be. So that's what I keep telling them. You've got to make sure you are ready to play when your number is called. And I thought Marissa did an outstanding job of that. I thought Nyla again did a really nice job of that. She's been doing a great job as a freshman, and going to have to continue to grow into her spot. You all right?
Hey, Jeff, it's Tyler from WHAS. You kind of touched there on Nyla. You went to her pretty early tonight and she plays 18 minutes. What is she showing you early as a freshman to get that kind of time and earn some of that trust early in the season?
Her motor. The kid has a motor. She has a heart. She's relentless. She's one that can guard 1 through 5. She'll get down in a stance. She competes. I mean, it's what her family does. You know, her dad played football in the NFL. And there's no question that he's instilled that work ethic in her, because she is one that, like, I'm never going to have to question what I'm going to get from her. I don't question it one single day in practice. And that's why, as a freshman, she's been able to come in and do so many good things for us.
Picture question about the game right now. There's a lot of top 10 teams that have stumbled already in this season. Some of that's product of playing, really strong competition, but is there something else you can see? I mean, is that a sign of, I don't know if parity, the word parity comes in, but any reason you can explain for that broadly?
Yeah, it's called the transfer portal. No, I mean, really, I've got two here that came in from it that had never won at the level that we win at. So we're preseason top 5, whatever. I mean, she barely won 5 games all last year.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's all new. Like I've tried to explain that to Morgan now. Morgan was down at Florida State, who had a really good program. Sue did a fantastic job, and I consider her a friend. It's just different. And now all of a sudden you're trying to get kids right away to adapt. We lost our first game last year against Arizona. The difference was, and I've told them, Emily Inksler, man, she was a fighter. She still is. I mean, defensively, Emily was unbelievable. And then she became a better offensive player as the year went on. And that's why she was the 4th pick in the draft. But see, I'm trying to teach her how to defend. I'm trying to teach her how to compete. She's an emotional roller coaster. Okay. And tonight she was fantastic. But my challenge to her is it can't just be when you make shots. Can you lead? Chelsea Hall last year came in, even though they didn't win a whole bunch during her career at Vanderbilt, she was a true point guard in the terms like she made the right passes. And now she comes here and she's excited. She's like, my God, I'm throwing it to Kiana. Now I'm throwing it to Haley. But she knew how to lead a team. And that's what I'm trying to get her to learn to do. And we're not the only one. Texas is the same way. You've got a lot of teams now that because of the transfer portal, they're getting really good players, but they're trying to learn how that new school plays, what the standards are. And it makes it different, in my opinion. So, no, I'm a fan of it. Love it. It's been great to us. All right.
Thank you.
But I ain't done. The hell.
Oh my God.
Okay. I'm waiting for high noon to call.
Oh my
I'm waiting for the next call to come.
Oh my
No,
God.
so for me, that's what it is. But I am going to say, everybody talks about how crazy the transfer portal is, all this and that. I truly believe it's going to die down. The reason I said is we've had 5 players the past 2 years that have transferred in. 4 of them would have never been able to transfer if it wasn't for COVID. She played her 4 years of college basketball. She graduated from Florida State. She graduated from Syracuse. Josie graduated from Utah Valley State. Chelsea Hall graduated from Vanderbilt. Because of COVID, they get an extra year. Well, that's about to end, I think, after this coming season. There's 1 more year. So there's going to be a lot of players who aren't going to transfer because they're not going to have any eligibility left. So I think right now, that's why you've seen so much of it. But yeah, no, it's been good to us, and we've been able to fill in some places. Thank you all.